And what if I told you that there's a book so powerful, it's been silenced for centuries? A book that was persecuted, hidden, labeled as heresy. A book that doesn't just speak of God, but affirms that the divine lives within you. Its name? Corpus Hermeticum. Few know it. Even fewer have truly understood it. But those who have touched it with their soul never remained the same. This is no ordinary book. It doesn't teach, it awakens. It doesn't explain, it transforms. Every sentence is a key. Every page is a portal to a higher state of consciousness. What you're about to discover has been kept hidden from humanity for a reason. Because within these words lies a map to access the divine power that pulses within you, even if you may have forgotten it for a moment. Get ready, because by the end of this video, you will not be the same person you were when you started watching it. The Corpus Hermeticum was not written for the masses. It was written for those who hear the call. And if you found this video, it's a sign that the seed of that call may be beginning to germinate within you. My name is Noah, and you're on the Hermes Code. For centuries, the Corpus Hermeticum was considered too dangerous. Not because it contained spells, but because it offered freedom. Freedom of thought. Spiritual freedom. Freedom that can break the chains of illusion. This collection of 14 treatises, attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, speaks of creation, the universe, the mind, the spirit, and what it truly means to be human. But here's the detail that few realize. The content of this book is able to activate memories that have been within you all along, but which the three vehicles of consciousness that make up your personality are not able to bring to the surface. Every word carries a rhythm. Every sentence resonates like a key. A key to what? To awaken within you that which has always been asleep. The divine spark, the peace of God within you, meant to experience this world. This book was persecuted, discredited, and all for a simple reason. Because it teaches you that you do not need intermediaries to access the sacred. It points inward. And that has always frightened those who control the external world. But the most intriguing thing is that this knowledge withstood all attempts to bury it, to make it a meaningless relic of the past. Or perhaps to make it a secret fire smoldering beneath the ashes of history. And now it resurfaces, because the time has come. The time of remembrance. Before the Corpus Hermeticum, there was a name, Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice great. But who, or what, was he really? He's not just a man. Hermes is an archetype, the union of the messenger of the gods, Hermes, with Thoth, the sacred scribe of Egypt. Wisdom combined with communication. Intelligence infused with transcendence. Hermes was not born. He appeared where heaven touched the earth, where the silence of the soul met the voice of the spirit. The ancients did not see Hermes as a historical figure, but as a living consciousness, manifesting in different ages, to remind humanity of its divine origin. He is the link between worlds, the emissary of light, the whisper of the divine within us. Alchemists revered him. Occultists called him master. Mystics sought him in silence. He was the hidden source behind the greatest spiritual traditions. And his writings, they were encoded, not to be understood by the ordinary mind, but to be recognized by the awakened soul. It is said that Hermes wrote not for his time, but for a time when humanity would forget who it truly is. And that time has come. That time is now. For centuries, the Corpus Hermeticum remained hidden, quietly awaiting the right moment to resurface. That moment came in Constantinople, when forgotten manuscripts were recovered, before the city fell. Cosimo de' Medici, an initiate of the Renaissance, felt the call. He ordered the texts to be translated even before Plato's works. Marsilio Ficino, upon touching those words, realized this was not just a text. It was a sacred code. The book spoke of the universe, the soul, creation, but in symbolic language, the kind that speaks directly to the spirit. The impact was immediate. Artists, thinkers, and mystics began to see the world with new eyes. It was the start of a silent revolution. But that light was disturbing. The religious circles of the time trembled. The Corpus Hermeticum made a radical claim. God is within man. The truth doesn't need dogma. The path is inward. It was too dangerous. And once again, the book was silenced, labeled superstition, hidden, ridiculed, but never destroyed. While institutions tried to erase its flame, secret orders carefully copied its teachings by hand, hiding them under symbols, and waiting for souls who were ready to remember. Imagine being able to make direct contact with the divine mind. Not a literal contact, not a conversation requiring words, but a presence that dissolves the world and reveals the origin of everything. That's Poimandres, the first treatise of the Corpus Hermeticum. In it, Hermes enters a state of deep contemplation, and then something happens. He is filled with light. Everything around him disappears, and a supreme consciousness appears. That consciousness is the nous. The nous is not some external deity. It's the creative mind of everything. The mind that, by contemplating itself, generated light, and from that light, the cosmos. The entire universe arose as a divine thought. And you carry that same spark. But something happened. Humanity fell. It forgot its origin. It became immersed in matter. It was seduced by the senses. It fell victim to desire. Poimandres brings no dogma. It brings remembrance. It doesn't ask you to believe, but to see for yourself. Every sentence was meant to be absorbed, not by the logical mind, but by your energetic being. That's why the Corpus Hermeticum was considered dangerous, because it reveals a devastating truth. The world is an illusion, and the human being is a mirror of the divine. The voice of the nous reveals. Man was made in the image of the creative mind, but he forgot. The mission now is to remember. This treatise marks the beginning of the crossing, not of a place, but of a state of consciousness. Everything, absolutely everything, is mind. This is the golden key of the Hermetic view. Not mind in the ordinary sense, but mind with a capital M, the divine mind, the nous, the invisible source from which everything emerges. The universe is a vibrating idea, and you live within that idea. The Corpus Hermeticum states, reality is not solid. It's a projection, a condensation of the internal state. Your external world is just a reflection of your internal world. The more unconscious you are, the more chaotic and fragmented your reality will be. The more aligned with the divine mind, the more harmonious, luminous, and meaningful the world around you becomes. Behind the multiplicity, there's only oneness. There's no separation between heaven and earth, body and spirit, God and man. Separation is the illusion, and suffering emerges from that illusion, from believing we are alone, that we are small, that we are disconnected from a creator. The Corpus Hermeticum teaches that healing starts when we stop projecting illusion and start feeling the truth. The return to the divine doesn't require physical effort, but silence within, observation, presence. to see without the eyes, to hear without the ears, to know without thinking. Because the real can only be felt. And when it's felt, transfiguration is inevitable. Real knowledge is that which transforms into presence. The Corpus Hermeticum is not a book meant to be memorized. It's a mirror meant to reflect who you truly are. And its teachings reveal themselves when they are put into practice, silently, intentionally. Here's how an initiate lives, even in the modern world. 1. Mindful presence upon awakening. Before touching your phone, breathe, observe, feel the silence. That's where the divine mind whispers. 2. Sacred use of words. Every word creates. Speak as if you were sending blessings into the air. If it's not meant to uplift, remain silent. Silence speaks too. 3. Treat your body as a temple. Nourish it with gratitude. Chew with reverence. Walk with presence. Everything is a ritual when there's awareness. 4. Oracular reading. The Corpus Hermeticum is not linear. Open it at random. Read a paragraph. Meditate. Let the symbol speak. 5. Constant observation. Observe your thoughts, reactions, fears. Don't avoid them. Don't fight them. Just watch. Everything that is truly seen transforms. 6. Live in the space between words. Turn off the noise. Walk without music. Eat without distractions. Listen more. Speak less. 7. Constant remembrance. Every day, look into your own eyes in the mirror and say, I am a reflection of the divine mind. Do this for 21 days and observe what stirs within you. The Hermetic practice isn't in external rituals. It's in internal realignment, in the state of being, in the silent truth that grows when you stop to remember. We live in a strange time, connected by machines, disconnected from ourselves. The modern world offers everything but meaning, and it's precisely in that emptiness that an ancient wisdom resurfaces. The Corpus Hermeticum is returning, not by accident, but because the collective soul is awakening. Other texts are also re-emerging, like the Nag Hammadi manuscripts, the Book of Thoth, ancient texts kept for a time of crisis, and revelation. Hermes spoke for the future, for the time when humanity would forget its origin. And that time is now. The return of this wisdom is not religious. It's not dogmatic. It's vibrational. It's a call to remembrance, an invitation to embody the divine. Today, it's no longer enough to search. We must become a channel, become an alchemist, become a mirror. This book does not want to be understood. It wants to be felt. It doesn't explain. It activates. Every phrase that resonates deprograms. Every paragraph that reaches you dismantles. It wants you to remember, you are not small. You are not at the mercy of the world. You are the world. You are the spark. You are the bridge. But be careful. Once you feel this, there's no turning back. The old world no longer fits, but the new one is still growing within you. The Corpus Hermeticum is not just any book. It's a portal for you to cross toward what you've forgotten. A portal where you'll find the reality, beyond names, stories, and masks. It doesn't teach you the way. It puts you on it. And once you're placed there, you can't go back to where you were. You do not need to become anything. The journey is not about addition, but remembrance. to remember that everything is mind, that everything is one, and that the divine spark silently pulsates, awaiting your recognition. This is Hermes' call. This is the Nous invitation. And this is your moment. If this message stirred something within you, let the universe know. Comment below. The divine has awakened in me. This is not just a phrase. It's a vibrational seal, a silent declaration of presence. And if you felt something move within, subscribe to the channel, because here, the remembrance continues. Share with those who feel that this world needs these teachings. And get ready to delve ever deeper within yourself. If you appreciate this kind of content and wish to go further into Hermes' teachings, I hope we'll meet in the subsequent videos. Thank you for your attention. My name is Noah, and this was my contribution.